Hi, this is Lois with Second Phase. In this video, I will discuss how to create a table variable and import data in Insbridge. This is the data that we will import. This will be our table variable, and this will be our criteria for it. Now let's open our program in Insbridge. In this example, I will be creating a local table variable. So under Locals, click Table Variables. In the menu bar, click New and navigate Locals, Table Variable. Let's type our name here. Next, we select the type of data. We have 4 types of data available: integer, string, decimal, and date. In this case, we will select decimal. Next, we set the default value for our table variable. The default value is used whenever there is no match found based on the criteria during the lookup. Also, make sure that the default value matches the type of data selected above. In this example, I will leave it at 0. Next, we select the working category. The working category is where the table will run for each instance of that category that exists in the rating request. Please see our video about categories in Insbridge for more details. In this example, I will be using the dwelling category. Now, we can pick our criteria in the Available Variables section. Click the drop-down arrow to select the category you want. Depending on the working category selected earlier, there could be more or less categories available in this section. Constants, policy fields, policy variables, and policy results will always be available in this selection. And since we are working on the category dwelling, we can also see dwelling fields, dwelling variables, and dwelling results. But for example, if we are working on policy category, the dwelling variables, fields, and results are not seen anymore because dwelling is a child category of policy. Now let's go back to that. And in this case, I will be selecting dwelling fields since my criteria is called COV-A amount, which is under dwelling. Now let's double click on that and it will show into this variable selection criteria. Now we can pick up to 50 criterias if needed. Now let's save our work before we import any data. Now the easiest and fastest way to import data into Insbridge is to import a tab delimited text file. Now let's go back to Excel. Now let's click File, go to Export, change file type, and select Text Tab Delimited. Let's type in our file name for our table. And save. Now Excel will always warn you whenever you try to save in this format. Let's just click yes. Now back to Insbridge. Click Import Data and select Tab Delimited Text. Now let's browse for our table. Notice that the Automap Columns checkbox is automatically checked. We can choose to uncheck it if we want, or you can just leave it like that. Insbridge would also ask you if you would like to preview your data. It's up to you if you want to or not. Here's the preview of our data. If you decide not to see the preview, you would only see this bottom part. As you can see, our columns were mapped automatically and correctly. Now, in case for some reason that it was mapped incorrectly, you can always just click the drop-down arrow and click the correct column name. Now, after you made everything looks good, click Import. Okay. Now we have imported our data. Now let's look at it. Click Edit Data. Here's the data that we just imported. Here we can edit or change manually the values for our factor and for our criteria. We can also insert rows, delete rows, copy, or export this table. And don't forget to save your work each time you edit it. And there you have it. We just created a table variable and imported data in it. If you need additional information about Insbridge, please visit our website at secondphaseinc.com. Or if you have any questions for us, please contact us at info@secondphaseinc.com.